everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Swaddy Krap.
Today we're going to be talking about how much we have spent since we've lived in Thailand. We've got here September 15th of 2025 and it is currently December 7th of the same year. So we've been in Thailand for 3 months, and how much did we spend?
Please like, comment, hit the bell notifications, subscribe, share, do all those things to support our channel.
Support is free, so we appreciate everybody who just presses those buttons for us.
We're gonna get into those details because I know a lot of people are interested to know, especially if you have multiple dependents. We have 2 kids, so a family of 4. What does that look like in Thailand, whether you're on a short staycation or you're looking to live for the long term? Let's check it out. Cost of living is a big factor as to why people work, the type of income people need for retirement or moving abroad. We're in the category where we are still basically in the working class. We have a family, so it's more dependents, more mouths to feed, and we've obviously decided to move abroad. We wanted to present to you accurate, detailed information on exactly what we spent in the last 84 days. I have it prorated or broken down to 4-week months just for even calculations. It's 28-day months. The numbers can be a little bit higher, but we want to show you that the numbers can be a little bit lower because we are in a situation where we're still kind of living like tourists, i.e. living in a hotel, Airbnb, things of that nature, right? We're still moving like we're on vacation in a way. Based on our accommodations, being in a hotel for a couple days, condo, villa, right? These are Airbnb short-term stays. The numbers are based on the time of year, our length of stays, what we did on a day-to-day, eating frequency, travel frequency without having a car or buying a motorbike. These numbers could be a little bit different and skewed for you guys, even if you guys are coming and looking to come with a family of 4. So we just want to present to you the data that we have, let you know how it can even be cheaper if you're in a long-term stay here, and see how that works for you if you're coming to Thailand. Getting into the numbers, we've spent a total of $8,589 in the last 12 weeks. This is based off of a 28-day month rotation and how we broken down our accommodation to fit in by months. The hotel we stayed in was for the first 4 nights. The second accommodation we stayed in was for 4 weeks, and our current accommodation has been for 54 nights, so almost 8 weeks. So we just want to simulate a month-to-month living if you're looking to move here for a long-term stay. Those accommodations turned out to be a total amount spent of $1,930. The good thing about short-term stays, especially in our situation in this time of year, is that the utilities are included. We spent $1,930 for overhead for the last 3 months, which is a great deal because we looked at probably 500 to 1,000 different places while we were here and before we even landed in Thailand. That saves us a lot of money, or at least it opens the door to be flexible in spending more money elsewhere because our overhead was extremely low for 3 months. If you take $1,930 and split it into 3 months, that's $650 a month on overhead, which is not far off if you're looking to have a long-term stay somewhere. There's places in Thailand, whether you're looking at South of Phuket or north of Chiang Mai, there's places in Thailand where you can rent and pay overhead for that amount. These are still pretty accurate for long-term stays, even in our short-term stay adventure here. Getting into our other expenses, that includes insurance, communication, which is my phone bill, food, obviously, groceries, transportation, activities we did, health and beauty, medical expenditure. That total, in our opinion, was pretty decent. That amount added to $6,696. Again, that's between September 15th, our first day in Thailand, to December 7th. So leaving the airport to getting our latest massage, that equated to just under $6,700. If you do the math, with $6,700 on more day-to-day spending and our other cost of living categories, with our overhead at $1,930, that equates to that 89 number if you round up over the last 12 weeks. What's cool about that is we saw where we could actually have a cheaper cost of living month to month, because there's certain things that we wouldn't be doing every month. We've spent everything in cash here. So when you're not conscious of spending cash, you can always spend more. Yeah, you can always spend more. The credit card or app, that stuff, it tracks for you. With spending everything on cash, we wanted to detail exactly what we were spending, before we get into a more long-term situation here, and then compare and contrast. On the way, we went to a restaurant at the hotel we stayed for the first 4 nights, and that total was about $125 for eating at a restaurant for 4 nights. But not being in a hotel, we would either be cooking or buying something at a market.
Yes.
Not having a washing machine or access to a washing machine allowed us to spend higher costs in doing laundry. On average, 2 to 3 times a week since we've been here.
Wow, it was $8 that day?
What we spent in laundry, being in Thailand, spent about $129. We spent a good amount because we didn't have a washing machine. That's just first and foremost.
Along with the laundry, we've been eating at a restaurant while we wait for our laundry to be done.
Right.
So this is another expense that we won't be using.
Correct.
It's a tourist restaurant too. It's not a restaurant that locals really eat at.
So that equates to another expense that's tied to laundry, because once we do our laundry in our long-term accommodation, we would just be eating at the house. What does that number look like?
$201.
And that's over the 4
November.
weeks. Yeah, since November 9th. If you do the math, we spend an average of $26 every time we go there. With the laundry and eating out, that's $330 over, 3 months. So it's about $110 a month that we would essentially be saving in expense just by having a washing machine. Yeah, we're looking to save 95% of that. A lot of it's just because we were eating while we're doing laundry.
Yeah, got kind of hungry.
Yeah. The Grab transportation. We did 2 trips where we took the Grab down to Hua Hin, back up to the Bangkok area. One day was back and forth. The most recent day was just to Bangkok. That total in Grab, $228.
We know for sure going forward we will be taking that train.
Even if we had to go to Bangkok every month, once a month, for the 4 of us, that's there and back, that equates to about 6 months of travel compared to the Grab that we did 3 ways, right?
Yeah.
The Grab adds a lot if you're doing a long distance. These are things you don't know until you start doing it.
Right, and then even if you were to do the train and then do an air-conditioned car or your own individual car on the train, it will still
It's still way cheaper.
way
it's not
less
much.
than if you were to be in a Grab car. The only negative with that is that the train, you can't take that much luggage.
No, you can't.
So
These are for short term.
yeah.
This is like, a day or 2 worth of travel, right? So just note that, and we wouldn't be doing this every month anyway, even taking the train, but I just want to detail what we spent and why we spent it. The next thing is we got a motorbike, and we mostly have been using the motorbike to do our laundry. So that's in a way an added expense to just doing laundry, because we were thinking about this last week. We're like, we only use the motorbike just to do laundry because we either walk or we take the Grab somewhere because we're not walking more than 2 miles.
We don't have a Thailand license, So it's not advised that you just ride the motorbike all up and down the main roads.
Right.
Because when you get pulled over, you'll be in some type of trouble. And we don't want to have to deal with that. Going forward, we're probably not going to have the motorbike just because we don't feel the need to get a Thai license. Since the new place that we will be moving into is in walking distance to most of the restaurants, and laundry will be done at the house.
With that, we spent $328 on having the motorbike. October 18th, that's when we got the motorbike. So we paid a deposit of 1,000 baht, and then our first flat fee of 3,300. And we paid another 2,500 baht to have the motorbike until we're done with the motorbike here in a couple days. Along with that is the repair that we did. We scraped up the motorbike. That was 3,800 baht, unforeseen cost. Yeah, about $330 on having the motorbike.
It definitely was a benefit, and I'm glad that we did it because without, we'd be walking with all of our clothes for good distance.
Yeah.
Definitely something that we wanted to try and see if it would be long term. So far, we just didn't see the benefit for when we do, move into our lease situation. Right.
It's not expensive. I feel like what we spent, even with having the bike, is more on the more expensive side. You could probably get it much cheaper.
Yeah, I think so too.
Even in a rental situation. So
yeah, I think
if
we were to do it again, it would be definitely during the company.
You'd probably get it, rent something for, between 1,500, 1,800 baht, instead of the 3,300 that we spent. The next thing that wouldn't be in our forecasted month-to-month expense would be towards visa extension that we did a couple weeks ago. That amount was about $235, 7,700 baht for the four of us to just get an extra 30 days here in Thailand. With having a long-term visa, we wouldn't need to do that every month or even quarterly. That amount, although not, huge in comparison to our total expenses for the last 3 months, it's still something that we detailed because there are people coming to Thailand and for their first year, they may be looking to try to do those tourist extensions, and they want to kind of figure out what that price looked like. Well, for the four of us, it was around $235, so about 1,900 baht per person. Last major expense that we're not forecasting to have month to month moving forward is our hospital visit plus medication. This is for our son. We did this about 2 weeks ago in Bangkok, and the cost was around $370. Although great, because we got a good amount of medication, he only needed one hospital visit, and he's pretty much covered for the next 3 to 4 months. This is an expense that we have to prorate or break down month to month, so we don't need to spend that again to around April.
Zakoya is going to have a doctor's appointment probably in March, and he'll probably do the same.
Right.
They're at the age now where they only need a checkup once a year.
Right. We went to the Black Mountain Water Park, also the Elephant Village. We don't foresee going to Elephant Village again. It's kind of a one and done. Black Mountain Water Park, it's something that we could possibly do monthly. It depends on the weather and just what we're doing for that week or that month. Discussing those kind of one-offs, that would be kind of pulled back because we'll be more in a long-term, month-to-month, more localized situation. We would save around $1,300 to $1,400 quarterly, right, in a 3-month spread. If you broke that down to the 3 months we've been here or 12 weeks we've been here, spending $1,370, that's saving around $450 a month. If you remove those expenses, that $1,370 that we spent the last 3 months, and you subtracted that from our overall expense, right, we're looking at around $7,200 of expenses over 12 weeks, right? I add an extra week to make it more culpable to a 30-day rotated month.
Our forecasted monthly expenses for when we get into our lease, we are looking to reach $2,464, so just a little bit under $2,500, and we're interested to see if we can really achieve that.
To sum it up, our last 12 weeks being in Thailand, and our first 12 weeks of being in Thailand, we spent $8,500 and about $89. So that averages out to around $2,850 per month. We know not to spend this, so we can spend this because we've had a budget and we've been budgeting and forecasting the amount that we want to spend even before coming to Thailand, and we've continued to do that. Being mindful of spending is first and foremost. We didn't feel the need to even spend a lot. Like in our first month, right, or first 4 weeks, right, we spent less than the last 4 weeks. Spent more in the last 4 weeks by a little bit over $800. That still, right, is tremendously less than in the States. It was imperative for us to make this move because we want to have more time and more flexibility. We know you need to make money, you need to have money to spend on things and to live good, right? You need to spend a coin, but you don't have to break the bank and you don't have to be rich. That was first and foremost for us. So Thailand has been great to us in feeling more at peace with finances, but not sacrificing our quality of life. We've been able to do more in the last 3 months than we were able to do in the States, you know, within a good year, of being in the States. The move overall was definitely a business decision, but it was a family decision first and foremost because we could spend more time with each other, and that was the whole goal of doing this, you know, being able to not be tied to a full-time job or full-time jobs and still live decent.
It's worth it.
And it's affordable, but you still have to be strategic in spending.
Definitely want to make sure that you keep track of how much you spend. So we definitely understand how people can come out here and just see how everything is so much less than what it would be in the States and just spend all their money just like that.
Right.
Because just everything is so easily accessible.
True.
You gotta be smart when you do make a huge jump like this, but understand that you're going to be saving so much money if you do make a huge jump like this. We're going to do a comparison video where we strictly compare what we spent in America for each category versus what we spend in Thailand for each category, so you can see how much we were spending in America. It's absolutely ridiculous. The same thing, better life. We are spending so much less just being in a different country, and that country being Thailand.
Yeah.
So look forward for that.
If you guys are interested in traveling, if this sparked more interest, you feel like you have the financial means to make that move sooner rather than later, then check out our SafetyWing affiliate link. It's going to be in the description. Whether you're older, you have kids, or just need that security when making your first move abroad, you need nomadic travel insurance.
Any questions that you have, please put them in the comments for us. Make sure you share this video.
Check out our first video where we talked about cost of living the first month here. See how that ties in. We'll drop it at the end credits of this video. Check out other videos in our playlist. We've been to Thailand, and it's been a great time.
We're loving it.
It's been very informative being here. It's been very peaceful being here, and it's very different. It's very, very different than what we used to. We wish we would have done the move sooner. As always, we will see you guys in the next video. Hit the subscribe button so you can always see our videos. And as always, be in peace. I'm Kukab. Thank you for watching this. See you next time, guys.
Khop khun kha.